Am I the asshole for bringing my sister-in-law's wallet to the restaurant when she conveniently always forgets it? My F28 sister-in-law Amy, F26, always comes to visit from out of town. She stays with us instead of a hotel, and always wants to go to expensive restaurants. She always conveniently forgets her wallet, or domes up with some excuses as to why she can't pay her share. She has implied that since I make much more money than her, I should be the one to pay. No, not my husband should pay, but me specifically. I do make a fair amount of money, but not so much that I can treat someone every time they come into town. Nonetheless, in the past, I have just paid the bill and asked her to pay me back. She never has. She had made a reservation at an extremely expensive restaurant last night, and before we left, I made it clear that I wouldn't be paying her bill. This is where I might be the asshole, and I'll admit I got this move straight from an episode of 2.5 Men. As we were leaving, her and my husband went to the car. I pretended I forgot something and went back inside. I found her wallet sitting right on top of her suitcase. I put it in my purse and we went to the restaurant. When we were done eating, I asked for separate bills. She said no, we need one bill, because she forgot her wallet again. I reached in my purse and said, "This wallet?" She was extremely furious. She said that I should not have touched or grabbed her wallet. So am I the asshole for taking her wallet and bringing it to the restaurant? Edit. Amy just called me. She saw this post and she yelled at me for badmouthing her on the internet. Honestly, I don't care. Amy, hopefully reading all these comments is a wake-up call for you. Update, some answers to common questions. Why does my husband keep letting Amy in? Without getting into too much detail, he has always been expected to pay for nice things for the females in his family. He's also been kind of scammed out of large sums of money by his family. That's slowly been shut down over times, and we're working on shutting down this dinner/outings thing. He allows this because he feels bad that they don't have a lot of money. It's sad, but that's how his family got along for a very long time, being dishonest about anything and everything to get their hands on some extra money or extra financial help. I could write a book on some of the things I've seen them do over the years. It hasn't been easy to show these people how wrong this is. He has talked to Amy about being cheap, has had come to Jesus talks with her, and genuinely has always felt that each next time would be different. We've been in therapy addressing this, and he's learned to set boundaries. This restaurant thing is a boundary that he hadn't yet set. It's hard to set all boundaries all at once when you actually had no clue what boundaries were, and have had no boundaries for years. Does he pay too? We are married. My money is his money. When I mention Amy specifies I should pay, I meant more that she specifies since I make good money, we as a whole shouldn't be cheap. What was the point if you ended up paying? I knew Amy wasn't going to pay. She always finds a way not to pay. I went to the restaurant fully expecting to foot the bill. I did this because I saw it on a show and thought it would be funny to do IRL, to be completely honest. The point wasn't really to get her to pay, it was more to show her that the forgot my wallet excuse was getting old. Is Amy banned from visiting? Fortunately, this post turned out to be a good thing. My husband has always had it in his head that Amy is a good person and has her reasons for being sneaky and cheap, like I mentioned above. In his head, it's not her fault she is the way she is, it's the circumstances of their upbringing that cause her to make bad decisions. But, seeing Amy's reply to my post and people's response to Amy has really changed his thinking. That's the first time Amy has outright admitted that she's purposely taking advantage. Reading some of the other comments has also been eye-opening for him. So, my husband has told Amy that she's not welcome here, at least not for a long while.
Am I the asshole for throwing out a girl's present for me in the trash and calling her a creepy bitch? I am 18, am a senior in high school, and this creepy girl, F18, has been following me around for the past few months. I've caught her recording me multiple times and one of my friends showed me this entire invasive Tumblr page she made of edited pictures of me and her as a couple. I've tried confronting her before and telling her to stop following me around, but she always scampers off when I start talking to her and telling her off. I had to block her on various social medias after she sent me detailed DMs about her weird fantasies of me. I've tried reporting her to my dean with her DMs, but he's completely useless, and my parents don't care at all about how she's creeping me out. They think I should be flattered. A few weeks ago, she came up to me with this small box of cupcakes during lunch. Now, I know she ditched class to come stalk me and find out which cafeteria space I was sitting in for lunch because my friend has physics class with her during my lunch period. I was extremely pissed off that she was approaching me again, so I told her I didn't want her gift and to leave me alone. She kept mumbling sorry but tried to force the box into my hands or lap. I finally stopped resisting, and as soon as she backed off, I said, "Jesus, you creepy bitch," took the cupcake box to the nearest garbage can and shook it empty into the bin and chucked the box in too. She started crying and ran off, and my friends were half laughing at the situation and half calling me savage and heartless. However, one of my friends texted me later and she said my reaction was extremely cruel and uncalled for. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for telling someone I don't need his parenting advice because his son doesn't talk to him? I, 18 meters, have a son Jack who is 3. Everyone gets unsolicited parenting advice, I know, but I'm sure you can imagine that people get pretty rude about it because of my age. You get used to it. There's this one guy at Jack's preschool who still gets under my skin though. I'm going to call him Richard Head. Richard thinks I'm a screw up because I got Jack's deadbeat mom pregnant when we were in high school, and I think he's a hypocrite because his son is 30 years older than his daughter, so I'm pretty sure she wasn't planned either. He also has that old school thing where he thinks little girls should be princesses and little boys should be toughened up. I think toughening up a 3-year-old sounds cruel. He thinks boys need more than time out. I'll leave it there. He also seems to think I should just mean to Jack. One time we were waiting to sign our kids out and he told me I was making my kid a wuss because I stopped tickling him when he told me to and I should make him try to fight back or something. He's 3? I'm 5 times his size, dude. What's he supposed to do, fend me off? I'm trying to play with him, not teach him to survive in the wild against a pack of tickle wolves. He thinks I spoil him because I pick him up when he wants me to. I think the only way to spoil a kid is buying them everything and letting them get away with things they shouldn't. It's not like Jack acts out all the time, he's just really affectionate. I think it's cute. Here's where I might be the asshole. Yesterday when I was walking into the school to pick Jack up, Richard decided to start giving me crap again about how my son is spoiled and I need to stop coddling him. My son wasn't even there, so I'm not sure what I was doing this time to piss him off. I usually just ignore him, but Jack's mother pulled some BS the other day, so I was already in a protective mood. Richard is always complaining that his son never answers his texts, so when he started with me, I told Richard that I don't need the opinion of someone whose son doesn't even want to talk to him. He told me to go F myself and that I should learn to keep it in my pants. I told him that if he can't handle that his son doesn't like him, maybe he should either stop being a jackass or toughen up. He told me that my son should have been in a condom. I told him that he should have gotten a vasectomy 30 years ago. Someone's mom stepped in, and Richard stomped into the bathroom. She said that I was overreacting. I said Tay treats his daughter like she's the Queen of England, but thinks my son is spoiled because I hug him and don't give him outdated punishments. She said that it was generational, and that I can't blame an old dude for thinking that. I said that I'm tired of him giving me unsolicited bad advice. She said that I'm going to have to get over it, because I'm a teenager and people are going to do that. That I'm acting like an angry kid and not a parent. Should I have kept my mouth shut? Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for saying that I love my pets more than my wife? I'm 31, married to my wife, 30, we have one kid, F3, and are expecting our second baby. We also have one dog who's a small breed and sleeps inside and 2 cats. Usually I'm the one who takes care of the pets because my wife doesn't like it that much. I clean after them, take the dog out to walk/go outside, brush the cats, clean their litter boxes, etc. My wife only occasionally feeds them. My wife gets irritable during the first months of GARE pregnancies due to hormones. With our first baby she claimed she hated video games, so I just stopped playing video games until after our daughter was born. This time however she's getting irritated about the pets. She says the dog barks and makes her head ache. I told her to just let it go outside if the weather is nice, but she said that pets are my responsibility, so she won't do that. Well, what else can she do? I am working, so I can't go home and let the dog out whenever she feels like it. She then complained because she opened a can of fish the other day and it turned out to be cat's food. Suddenly I was the one to blame again, although she made the mistake. She also started talking about how cats or dogs' fur can be dangerous for the baby or herself. This has been going on for weeks. Every day she has a new complaint when I get home. A few days ago she finally suggested the great idea of finding the cats and the dog a new house because she can't put up with them anymore. I try to just let it go because I know she's irritated, but she just won't drop it. Yesterday we were having an argument because I had to stay an extra hour and a half in work, so I was late for walking the dog and it was barking a lot. According to her, I'm pretty tired of it by now, so I'm getting angry at her. She told me again to get rid of the pets, but this time I snapped at her. Our argument got worse. She told me I cared more about the pets than about her, and I told her she was right. She never had a health complication related to the pets, and they were with us before our first pregnancy. I think she's ridiculous, and she's trying to get me to be angry and start an argument. I know what I said wasn't ideal, but what else she wanted me to say? To just give in and get rid of our family's pets?